Coming up, Trump's conviction stirs harsh words for former leaders in the state. Plus, Pride Month kicks off big around the county, and the Commanders are looking for a new kicker. Those stories and more, CTV News starts now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for June 3rd. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Gina Barty. Thanks for joining us. Well, Larry Hogan's campaign says he accepts 2 debates against Angela Alsobrooks in their race for the U.S. Senate seat. The first debate would be on October 10th, a month before the Republican and Democrat face off at the polls. Alsobrooks' campaign also says she looks forward to debating Hogan. Plans for the second debate have not yet been finalized by either candidate.
Republican U.S. Senate candidate Larry Hogan is drawing backlash from his own party after comments he made just prior to former President Donald Trump's guilty verdict. In a statement, Hogan urged all Americans to respect the verdict and the legal process. Republican National Committee co-chair Laura Trump called Hogan's comments ridiculous, and Michael Steele, the former chair of the Republican National Committee, is also weighing in. Steele posted today on X that the notion that 34 felonies is not automatically disqualifying and a convicted criminal can be a viable candidate for commander-in-chief upends 2.5 centuries of assumptions about American democracy. Many Republican lawmakers have been circling the wagons around Trump, calling the verdict a travesty of justice.
Maryland Comptroller Brooke Learman tours business incubators in Prince George's County today. Among the stops, the Innovation Station Business Incubator of the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. The comptroller met with small business owners to hear their concerns and tell them what resources are available to them from the state.
You know, it's great to visit incubators like the ISBI because they're doing such important work at bringing in our entrepreneurs, connecting them with resources, and then helping them grow and graduate and to become successful long-term businesses. And that's such an important part of our economy, really. It's the heartbeat of our economy. And so as the comptroller, I'm very focused on ensuring that we're doing all we can to support entrepreneurs and to support growing our diverse economy. And so I love to come and make sure that they know how we can provide resources and hear what they're doing as well.
Learman's tour comes as Prince George's County is being recognized as the home to more new businesses than any other county in Maryland.
Governor Wes Moore lowers flags to half-staff to honor the life of a slain parole officer. 33-year-old Davis Martinez was a parole agent with the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services in Silver Spring. According to reports, Martinez went to check on Emmanuel Edward Sewell, who is a registered sex offender, at his home in Chevy Chase last Friday. Officers ultimately found Martinez dead inside of Sewell's home. U.S. Marshals found the suspect on Interstate 64 near Hurricane, West Virginia. He was arrested on second-degree murder charges. Flags will remain at half-staff until Martinez is laid to rest. Maryland State Police are investigating a fatal motorcycle crash in College Park this morning. The victim has been identified as 21-year-old Johnny Carrasco. Troopers responded to an area on the northbound Interstate 95 at Route 198 just after 3 a.m. for a report of a crash. Investigation reveals that the victim, who was operating a motorcycle, was traveling in the merge lanes of North 195 to Route 198 when he hit a Honda Civic. Carrasco was pronounced dead on the scene. The crash is still under investigation.
Well, some 3,000 current and former employees at the Social Security Administration headquarters in Woodlawn are about to receive a nearly $23 million payout. It comes almost 20 years after a class action lawsuit was filed alleging discrimination. The case centered on the agency's annual bonus payment system, which the complaint said disfavored Black men both in terms of the number of the awards that were given out and the amount of each granted award. As part of the settlement, the SSA has agreed to collect and analyze demographic data regarding monetary awards to prevent any potential discrimination in the future. Well, lots of activities and fun took place over the weekend in Prince George's. This past Saturday, former governor and U.S. Senate candidate Larry Hogan stopped by Bowie Fest as they celebrated the event's 47th year. Current Governor Wes Moore also made an appearance at Allen Pond Park to celebrate the city's anniversary.
Also on Saturday, the city of Springdale also hosted their Community Day. Residents were able to enjoy games, food, vendors, and performers. The Prince George's County Office of Community Relations also unveiled its new 311 on-the-go mobile unit. The unit, along with the app, allows for residents to request county services 24/7, such as a storm drain maintenance, litter removal, or pothole repairs. Also, over the weekend, the Prince George's County Police Department held its second annual Pride Walk. Residents and community leaders gathered at the National Harbor to kick off the celebration of LGBTQIA+ communities that is happening all month long.
To celebrate Pride Month, County Executive Angela Also Brooks launches a series of social media videos. The videos feature county leaders and community members emphasizing the importance of Pride Month and showing support for the LGBTQIA+ community. They will be shared throughout the month on the county's social media pages. This series is one of several Pride Month activities planned to celebrate throughout the month of June.
You know, as a son of this county, I grew up and really started my career being told time and time again that we weren't ready for this, that we weren't progressive enough for this, that our people didn't have the thirst or the desire to be represented in these ways, and that someone who is of the LGBTQ community couldn't represent us in the halls of Annapolis, couldn't represent us in the halls of our county administration building, and weren't deserving to do so.
The county executive's official Pride Month reception for government employees, community leaders, and students is scheduled for June 10th at the Wayne K. Curry Administration Building. And you're watching CTV News. Still to come.
With temperatures in the high 80s this week, one local company has some tips to keep your home cool this summer. Back in a moment.
Came back for more. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. Life's a dance, you learn as you go.
A child is in the hospital after shooting herself in the arm inside a Chevrolet apartment last night. Around 10:45, police responded to an apartment in the 6400 block of Landover Road for the report of a child sustaining a self-inflicted gunshot wound. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators say that the victim found a loaded ghost gun under a bed while playing hide-and-seek and accidentally shot herself. Police have charged 20-year-old Javon Thomas of Chevrolet with multiple firearm offenses, including possession and leaving the gun unsecured. Officials say that Thomas is a relative of the victim.
Prince George's police arrest a man in connection to a fatal shooting of a 19-year-old. The suspect is 45-year-old Monte Brown Jr. Police were called to a park on the 11,900 block of Autumnwood Lane in Fort Washington on May 15th. Officers found the victim, David Fry, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Investigation reveals that Brown and Fry knew each other. Brown faces murder charges. A motive in this case is still under investigation.
A new law went into effect June 1st that makes it possible to sue gun makers and sellers who knowingly harm the public or create a public nuisance. Attorney General Anthony Brown says the law is an additional tool to hold firearm industry participants accountable for their conduct. Opponents of the law call it unconstitutionally vague. The U.S. Supreme Court could be taking up a case this year against a U.S. gun manufacturer, and the outcome could affect the Maryland law.
It could be a long summer for schools still trying to make the blueprint plan work. School officials gave updates on their work implementing the education reform plan, with many saying that they still face challenges with funding, diversity goals, and other expectations set by the plan. But there have been progress, with some districts noting higher pre-K enrollment, youth apprenticeships, and higher enrollment in college classes for high school students.
Well, nearly 26 million visitors came to D.C. in 2023, surpassing pre-pandemic levels. That's according to new numbers released by tourism organization Destination D.C. That's a 17% increase from 2022 and breaks a record set in 2019. 24 million visitors came from within the country, and the other 1.9 million came from abroad. The report also states that visitors spent $10.2 billion in the nation's capital.
A potential salmonella contamination causes cucumbers to be recalled in Maryland and 13 other states. The FDA says the cucumbers came from Florida and were shipped in bulk between May 17th and May 21st. The affected cucumbers are dark green, 5 to 9 inches long, and about 1.5 inches in diameter. Watch out for salmonella symptoms, which can begin as soon as 6 hours after ingesting the bacteria and include fever and stomach cramps.
Well, you don't have to wait until the official start of summer to feel the heat and humidity. HVAC companies are urging you to get your home AC unit checked out. Bel Air Engineering of Upper Marlboro says it's important to have regular preventative maintenance performed on your system to make sure it's working when you need it most.
Yeah, you want to try the system out before it gets really, really hot. You want to make sure your air conditioner is going to work. So when it really gets hot, you have a good degree of certainty that it's going to come on. So definitely give it a startup, a pre-trial. Really a good idea to be proactive, because when somebody calls up in the middle of the summer, their system's crapped out, and now they got to wait 2.5 weeks in the middle of summer to get a new system installed. Better to be proactive and do it while your system's still working, you know. But it's not an easy pill to swallow sometimes for a lot of customers to.
Still to come on CTV News, a Prince George's County native is headed to the Paris Olympics.
And Simon Buggs is here to give us a little sneak peek of Monday's sports page. What's going on, Simon?
Hey guys, we got a packed sports page for you today. Hey there everyone, and coming up in sports, the Commanders make a change to their roster after a player of theirs lands in some hot water, and a local football player stays home for his college career. Don't go anywhere.
I'm going to do this just a little bit so we hide this.
How does Lyme disease make you feel?
It makes me, well, I don't have a lot of friends and I always forget stuff.
Rylan is really this magical kid. Since the day he was born, made people's hearts, get bigger and burst. It was right after the pandemic, and I call it falling off a cliff. My son was not who he was 3 days ago. So a lot of OCD, rocking back and forth. From the day our world changed, it took almost 4 years to find out that Rylan actually had Lyme disease. Rylan's resilience is what keeps me strong. He didn't deserve it. No child deserves it. So you just have to pursue and keep pushing and find the right specialists and never, ever, ever give up on your child.
Welcome back. Well, family, friends, and fans came out to Tanger Outlet over the weekend for a special celebration to honor local hometown hero, boxer Jamal Hard Rock Harvey, as he prepares to compete in the Paris Olympics.
The 21-year-old Oxon Hill native recently won gold at the Pan American Games, which qualified him for the Olympics.
It feels good. I enjoy the appreciation. It's only going to make me work harder knowing that I got all the support in the town behind me.
Very, very, very overwhelmed and excited at the same time.
I'm just above words right now. You know, I'm just proud that I got to see him work, and I got to see the process, and this is the end process for him as far as the amateur stage. You know what I mean? This is the big stage.
We hope that this event serves as an inspiration for younger kids. We hope that it shows them that dedication, perseverance, and hard work is possible, and it can take you a long way.
Hopefully have a bigger celebration once I bring the gold medal back home.
The Summer Olympics takes place from July 26th through August 11th. Good luck to Jamal and all the other DMV athletes heading to Paris.
Hello sports fans, it's time for your favorite part of the show, your Monday sports page. We start with some NFL news, as one of the ways the Washington Commanders will be looking to improve in 2024 is on the defensive end. Washington was ranked dead last season in terms of total defense, as they allowed teams to put up 30 points per game. And one group that can help this team turn its defense around is linebacker. One of the offseason acquisitions at that position, and veteran Bobby Wagner, spoke recently, and he is very pleased with the amount of talent at that position the team currently has.
I think we got a really cool room. I think from Coach Norton down to everybody that's in the room, I feel like it's a great group of guys, really smart, fast, want to hit, want to learn, want to take charge of the defense. And so I'm excited just to, whenever we put the pads on, get out there and just start making plays.
Moving on to more Commanders news, it was announced yesterday that the team has released kicker Brandon McManus. This comes after a lawsuit was filed against him last month, as two women accused him of sexual assault back when McManus was a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Commanders signed McManus to a one-year, $3.6 million deal earlier this offseason before deciding to release him. McManus was the only kicker on the Commanders roster. Meanwhile, the UMD football team has added another local prospect in wide receiver Justin Devon out of Baltimore. Devon, who was in the class of 2025, had offers from plenty other schools such as Syracuse, Indiana, and Virginia Tech. But he chose to stay at home largely because of his relationship with Terps OC Josh Gaddis, who led the charge in recruiting him. The three-star recruit is a two-sport athlete, as he also runs track in the spring. And wrapping up sports, the Baltimore Orioles wrapped up their series yesterday against the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday with a loss, unfortunately, falling to them 4-3. The Birds will be back in action tonight and will try to get a victory versus the Toronto Blue Jays at 7:07. And that is your Monday sports page.
Great. Thanks so much, Simon.
Of course.
And let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast tonight. You can expect scattered showers and fog throughout the county.
Tuesday will be sunny with a high of 86, but expect showers in the afternoon. Wednesday showers are expected in the morning with a high of 82 and a low of 70. Thursday, those showers are sticking around, and we'll see high of 86 and a low of 66.
And now for a look at our community calendar. The Forest Heights Police Department is hosting a community walk.
The walk is to give residents a chance to talk with the police department on important issues while getting active. The walk takes place tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Forest Heights Elementary School. For more information, contact 301-839-1122.
And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everyone.